from our reporter in a moment. But first, President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga will have to wait until next year to know the fate of the Building Bridges initiative when the Supreme Court sits to hear 3 appeals filed against the appellate court decisions on the constitutional amendment drive. And as our senior political affairs reporter Murimi Mwangi now tells us, the court has listed 7 main issues for the determination in the appeal that bear significant implications on any future attempts to amend the 2010 constitution.
Touted from the onset as President Uhuru Kenyatta's master plan to manage his succession, the Building Bridges initiative, also starring former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, suffered its first setback when the High Court blocked the constitutional amendment push in a landmark verdict, subsequently upheld by the Court of Appeal. And the fight to revive the BBI reggaeton is finally at the Supreme Court, with a full 7-judge bench fixing the hearing dates for early next year.
The consolidated petitions shall be heard on 3 consecutive days. That is on the 18th, 19th, and 20th January 2022.
The appeals have been separately filed by Attorney General Kihara Kariuki, electoral body IEBC, and activist Morara Omoke. Among key issues in the AG's appeal is the question of the basic structure doctrine, pursuant to which the High Court and the Appellate Court blocked constitutional changes suggested by the BBI. Kihara also wants the judges to overturn the Appeal Court's finding that a sitting president could not institute a popular constitutional amendment initiative. The AG also wants the judges to overturn the Court of Appeal's finding that civil proceedings can be instituted against a sitting president. In its appeal, IEBC wants the judges to also give a final position on, among other issues, the place of public participation, its role, and whether there was public participation in the BBI. The third appellant, activist Morara Omoke, seeks to overturn the Court of Appeal's refusal to institute punishment on President Uhuru Kenyatta over illegalities surrounding the BBI process.
Application for the recusal of 2.
Earlier, the judges dismissed an application by activist Isaac Alucher to have Justices Njoki Ndongo, Mohamed Ibrahim, and Smokin Wanjala recused themselves from the appeal. Alucher had raised fears that the 3 would be prejudiced against him over a removal from office petition he had filed against the 3 before the Judicial Service Commission.
The possibility of bias or impartiality, we find, is far-fetched and speculative. C, the applicant has not spelled out any specific allegation that is likely to impair the judges in dealing with the matter against the applicant.
Morara, Kihara, and the IEBC have until the 24th of November to file their submissions, with all respondents also expected to file theirs by the 9th of December, with the appellants expected to file any further responses by the 14th of December.
The BBI issue ought to have been dealt with and dispensed with prior to the next election cycle. So, bearing in the urgency of time, I think the court has done commendably well. So, in terms of doing our submissions, we will comply with those days and then appear for the hearing on the 18th, 19th, and 20th.
These are matters that must be addressed. So, it is not, for now, you would have to separate the issues and say, let us first resolve the legal issues that, and constitutional issues that have to be resolved. Then possibly, depending on the outcome, political decisions will be made.
And with the 2022 campaigns already at a climax, the fight to revive the BBI takes shape at the Apex Court, with critical questions for determination on the future of constitutional amendments. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News, in Nairobi.
Robert Wanjala, the father of slain self-confessed children serial killer Marston Wanjala, now wants the government to foot all his son's burial expenses 1 month after he was lynched by an irate mob. Senior Wanjala insists he is yet to positively identify the body of his son at the mortuary. Wanjala also alleges that a close relative to Marston might have introduced his son to culticism. Elders from the Bukusu community now insist that some traditional